Hi there, welcome to Studio Movie Recap. Today we are going to recap American thriller film, Old, written in 2021. The Kappa family, consisting of parents Guy and Priska, their children Maddox, age 8, and Trent, age 6, arrive at a posh resort for a family vacation. After settling into their rooms, Trent makes friends with a young boy named Idlib. Together, they ask other resort guests about their names and occupations and play games. Idlib also teaches Trent a secret code for interpreting messages. Guy and Priska talk about how this is just the final vacation they wanted to give the kids before divorcing, which is made worse by the fact that Priska has a stomach tumor. A middle-aged doctor named Charles is having breakfast with his mother Agnes, younger vain wife Crystal, daughter Kara, and other family members. Charles assists Patricia, whose husband Jaron also tries to assist, as she is nearby having an epileptic seizure. Trent recognizes Idlib, with whom he had agreed to meet up again that day, but the resort manager orders him to leave. To get to a private beach, the Kappas, Charles, and his family board a van. When they arrive in the private beach, the families ask the driver to help them lift things that they were going to use at the beach. The diver declined. He said he's too busy, they must do that themselves. The beach is not too far. They arrived. The beach was a paradise. It had the best view ever, not to mention the perfect location. It was surrounded by rocks. The rapper midsize sedan, Brendan Smith, who had previously been spotted with a female companion going skinny dipping, is recognized by Maddox there. The adults lie back on the sand while the kids play together. Old dolls that other children had left behind are discovered by the girls buried in the sand. When Trent spots Brendan's companion's apparently drowned body, he is swimming close to a cave. Brendan has nosebleeds and is equally astounded by the discovery as the adults look over the body. Even though Brendan insists the woman only went swimming and never returned, Charles suspects that Brendan killed her. Not long after, Agnes begins to fall short of breath before she also dies. Jaron and Patricia also make it to the beach, but the individuals who brought them there have already left. Additionally, strange things begin to happen to the children. The woman Brendan was with had MS, while he has hemophilia, which accounts for his ongoing nosebleeds, Brendan explains to the adults. Trent and Maddox, who have suddenly grown into teenagers, are spoken to by Jaron and Patricia along with Kara. Jaron predicted Trent's age to be around 11 years old. He was shocked to learn that he's wrong. He is 6 years old. That's when they noticed that there was something wrong in that beach. A number of attempts are made to leave the beach by passing through the rocks that enclose it from the outside, but every adult who tries to do so feels their heads pounding before they pass out and end up back on the beach. Intriguing things are also observed, such as Charles's knife attack on Brendan's quick healing wound. They quickly come to the conclusion that something time-related is going on at the beach when Brendan notices that the dead body of the woman he was with has completely decomposed to nothing but bones within hours. Priska begins to feel pain and distress as a result of the tumor in her stomach. The adults make an effort to assist her, first feeling around for the tumor and estimating its size to be a golf ball. The tumor, which has grown to the size of a cantaloupe, is then removed during surgery. After the procedure, Priska's stomach cut heals quickly. Trent and Kara continue to mature into teenagers. What's more, after allegedly having sex with Trent minutes earlier, Kara has suddenly become 5 months pregnant. The adults get ready for the birth, which happens fairly quickly, but the baby dies after a minute due to lack of attention. The other adults start to experience more observable signs of aging, but Crystal takes it much harder than the others do. Charles starts to go insane from schizophrenia, which makes him kill Brendan by stabbing him. While attempting to devise a different escape route, the others take his weapon away. Jaron tries to swim to get out, knowing they can't get through the rocks. While this is going on, Trent and Maddox discover a notebook that a previous visitor had left behind, in which names and illnesses are listed. They also catch sight of what appear to be people watching them from a distance. Priska and Maddox discuss whether or not she and Guy are breaking up. Priska acknowledges having a second relationship. Priska tries to defend herself, but Maddox is upset with her. She ventures to the beach in an effort to dig herself a hole, but instead discovers Jaron's body, who had apparently lost consciousness and drowned. When Patricia sees his body, she has a seizure that ends her life. Then, in a last-ditch effort to escape, Kara starts climbing the rocks to try to reach the top, but before she can get there, she too passes out and falls to her death, leaving Trent heartbroken. Night has fallen now. Crystal, who has developed a calcium hump on her back due to her rapid aging and deteriorating physical condition, is also going insane as a result of Charles's complete mental breakdown. In addition to Priska's noticeable graying, Guy is also losing his vision. Guy and Priska discuss the other man in Priska's life. Guy acknowledges that he was aware of him and wished that he had done more to support their marriage. However, he also says that the other man is a loser and that she deserves someone better. In the meantime, Trent and Maddox are attacked by Crystal when they try to look at her, and Charles then begins to attack Guy and Priska. She follows them into the cave, where her body twists and contorts into the most horrific positions before she passes away. Then, after slashing Charles with a rusted knife, an infection quickly spreads throughout his body, killing him. The campfire and the beach are then where the Kappas gather. Guy, who is now very old, has trouble speaking and remembering things, but just before he passes away, he essentially confesses to Priska that he still loves her. The two kids grieve for their parents as Priska briefly stands up before falling to the ground and passing away by Guy's side. Trent and Maddox are now in their 50s when the morning comes. Idlib gave Trent a code, which he deciphered and discovered to mean "my uncle doesn't like the coral," which Trent then brings up. When the siblings see a coral reef in the area, they understand that it must be their escape route. The coral catches Maddox's clothing as the two swim out there. Theo, the van driver who took the families to the beach, informs his superiors from his observation post on a cliff overlooking the beach that none of the members of Trial 73 have survived when the two fail to surface. The resort is a front for a medical research team named Warren and Warren that persuades people with medical conditions to the beach in order to perform clinical trials for life-saving drugs, given to them in the cocktails served upon arrival. It is then revealed when Theo drives back to the resort and to a lab area. They lengthen the trials to a full day in order to get better results because they are aware that the supernatural beach, possibly powered by the enchanted coral, accelerates aging. They are confident they were successful in curing Patricia's epilepsy because she went 8 hours without experiencing a seizure, which is roughly 16 years on the beach. Trent and Maddox, who were able to free themselves from the coral, managed to stop the resort manager and others from poaching their most recent victims. Knowing the man is a police officer, Trent locates a man he spoke to when he was younger. He hands the man the beach journal, which lists the names and medical conditions of numerous missing people. Even as an adult, Trent is recognized by Idlib when she comes out. The resort staff as a whole realizes they are in trouble as Trent and Maddox reveal the truth to everyone. In the final scene, the officer takes Trent and Maddox by helicopter away from the island to be with their aunt, who is not yet ready to accept that her niece and nephew are fully grown adults.